Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, Twitter, the cesspit that it is, there are some gems in there, and it is monumental right now, historical, in fact, what's going on. So, we all know that Megan, with her podcast, claimed that she had a fire in her quote housing unit and described South Africa as so dangerous. She had to leave her, engagement ring at home, and she wore cheap clothes. Wow. I mean, all in all, she's really done it this time. And her Sussex squad can't save her because she's pissed off all of South Africa, and they're ganging up on now they're on our side. And the Sussex squad can't turn around and say, "Yeah, you're racist," right? It's great. So this is huge. Megan is being brought down to heel dog. The South African wrote that they're trending with Voetsek. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Voetsek Meg, and the way one South African Twitter user described it is that's an expression that you use when you want to get rid of like a mangy dog in the street. You say Voetsek, right? All right, so there's some gems in here I want to show you. This is so amazing. This is the housing unit that Megan stayed in. She called a housing unit in South Africa. Yeah. Here's the housing unit. Mm-hmm. Oh, but it gets better. There's more. There's more. So let's take a look at some of these. This has been going on for a few days now. A lot of great pictures. Make it look like a clown with her pants on fire there. Can you see that? Poetic Megan on top and a clown face. It's trending everywhere around the world, not just South Africa, but the US. Yeah, let's keep calm and let karma do its thing. Right here. Megan, Voetsek Megan, and never set your dirty feet in South Africa again, you racist. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, to be rich is not what you have in your bank account, but what you have in your hearts. Yeah, tell that to me, Gain. Yep. Oh, there's more. I'm gonna go the other way. There's more. I want to show you some great research people have done. So that was her housing unit. And this one, look at this. So squatties. You going to tell the hurt people of South Africa that they're jealous racists? I'll sit and wait. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one from O Kingdom. The heater claim. So, quote, the heater in the nursery caught fire, she said. Quote, there was no smoke detector. So again, insulting, claiming that South Africa is so poor they don't have smoke detectors in that mansion. Someone happened to just smell smoke down the hallway, went in, fire extinguished. He was supposed to be sleeping in there. She explained that Archie's nanny Lauren was holding him in a different room and he was safe, but she felt shaken up. We came back, she continued, and of course, as a mother, you go, oh my God, what? Everyone's in tears. Everyone's shaken. And what do we have to do? What do we have to do? We have to go out to another official engagement. I said, this doesn't make any sense, right? So these are her outfits. So the first two outfits on the left are the ones that she wore. Oh, I could get this in there. Trying to get this in there. Wait 1 second. There we go. So the first two outfits on the left are what she wore the day of the alleged fire. And you can see she's wearing short sleeve, thin dresses. These are her outfits. So you can see the temperature when she was there. Maximum temperature was 34 degrees Celsius or 93 degrees Fahrenheit, which is effing hot. And the And at night, the average temperature in the evening was 27 degrees Celsius or 81 degrees Fahrenheit, which is still pretty warm. You don't need a heater in those temperatures. Okay, she's full of it. She's full of it. No, that's ridiculous. This one, Voetsek Megan, you have denigrated South Africa by lying. How much damage did your comment do about an imagined fire or looting that is not safe for visitors? Our tourism sector is on its knees post-COVID, and you insult us without thinking of the people trying to feed their families. Mm-hmm. They can see that. It's this comment right here. And why is there no reporting on this? Oh yeah, that's interesting. Where's Omid? Why isn't he reporting on this? Oh, they attack Omid too, the South Africans and the Sussex squad. They're like, oh really? Yep, yep. So she's getting her comeuppance. So get the popcorn out, guys. So far, only Trump managed to piss off whole countries. What is this one? I'll just leave this photo here of, uh-huh. Oh, is that terrible? Him bowing to them, these two demons. And don't forget Prince Harry referring to Chelsea Davy before, quote, she's not black or anything. Harry's such a racist. For him to be talking about unconscious racism, his racism was fully conscious and it still is. Liar. Wow. So here's some of the tweets. This one says, I knew Meghan was racist when I saw these photos of her berating a black waiter. Mm-hmm. You don't get to decide that. It's about showing respect to your host customs in South Africa. Meghan nagged these women to sit on the floor with her. The optics were great, but they were visibly uncomfortable because in their culture, sitting on the floor is considered bad luck. So yeah, she was so inconsiderate to other people. I remember that. So yeah, so Meghan's getting, roasted here and her Sussex squad. And wow. So enjoy because Megan's no doubt flipping out because she thinks she has control over Twitter, right? With her Success Squad. Well, not when you piss off an entire country here. So Megan has really put her foot into it this time. She should trademark Voetsek Megan because it's given her so much global publicity. And here's from a South African writes, Meghan Markle is married to Prince Harry, Princess Diana's son, and the great-grandson of Queen Elizabeth. You should know her from Suits. She's an actress. She came to South Africa in 2019 with her husband. She has a podcast and spoke to Serena Williams about her awful time in South Africa. She was staying in a mansion in Cape Town and she called it a house unit. And then he writes something about the mud cloth. Yeah, Megan talked about the nanny using a mud cloth to carry Archie, and they took insult by that too. They felt she was insulting them. She further went on to say that her son almost got burnt in his crib as the fire started, making us so poor that the most high-class mansion in Cape Town didn't have smoke detectors. The fire story was proven to be false. She detailed her experience in South Africa as if it was on Fear Factor, and that was her bravest experience. She said she had to wear a cheap dress and leave her engagement ring for her safety. I hope now you get why we are so furious in South Africa there. Yeah, of course. Wow, so they are all, yep, yep. So feast yourself on Twitter. Look up Voetsek Megan, Voetsek Megan. you'll, you'll get an eyeful. I'm sure Megan's looking at this. Megan and Harry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, look at how they're feeling about this. They're flipping out, no doubt, because this is what they want to control. This is what the globalists want to control. They always want to control social media. Well, woo, this blew up in her face. Yes, it did. Gotta enjoy the victory here. Victory for us. Okay, so I got a comment from Brown Eyed Lady. Thank you very much for all your comments. She said, I heard one thing. Okay, so this is going back to Megan with her NLP and subliminal language and how she's very controlling. She's a totalitarian, and she tries to control everything, which is why something like Voetsec Megan, it flips her out because she loses control of the narrative. She can't take that. So she's pointing out that I heard one thing. Some YouTuber said that she said, "quote my now husband." Now, when you wrote that, I knew exactly where that came from, and I'm going to show you. And this is a classic example of, if you don't stop and critically think about what she's saying, you just absorb it like, okay, yeah, whatever, Megan says that, and you absorb it into your unconscious. But when you stop and think about it, Megan said, "my now husband." Who says that? So thank you, Brown Eyed Lady. So you brought to my consciousness something that I knew unconsciously, but I didn't think about. And this is one example of many with Megan. So that's why I brought this up, just like her archetypes, everything she says and wears and does. So I thought that was a very bizarre thing to say. Why didn't you say Harry? Exactly, her now husband. So here is that clip you're referring to. I'm going to play it right now. It's from South Africa, her interview with Tom Bradbury. This will allow me to play it. Give me 1 second here. I don't know, my computer's acting up today for some reason. This infamous interview where she says, "poor me. You don't know how hard my life is as a billionaire."
First met my now husband, my friends were really happy because I was so happy, but
So when I first met my now husband,
were really happy because I was so happy, but my British friend said to me,
press.
It's hard. When I first met my now husband,
my now husband? Who says that? When I first met, she hesitates. I met that man I can't stand. All right. So that's that. So there's a reason she phrased it like that, is what I'm getting at. Everything she does is calculated. She doesn't do anything without planning it in advance, and she's thinking long term. We know that. So why would she say that? Well, she's thinking long term. And don't forget this one from Nada Baker, another very astute observer here, somebody out there. She points out how now that Meghan's away from the British royal family, she tries hard to show royal etiquette. Because now she needs to merge her title, because deep inside she envies Catherine for her class, her royal position, maturity. All right, so here we go. Meghan on the left. On the left is a picture of Meghan when she was a working royal. She was about 8 months pregnant in this picture on the left. This was Queen's Commonwealth Trust, talking about feminism again. So she's 8 months pregnant, and of course, in this dress is the video where her jelly belly is going left and right and up and down all over the place. You could tell how fake it was. But look what she's wearing. She wears a mini skirt, hikes it up, no stockings, crosses her legs at the thigh, which you're not supposed to do as a working royal, and she knew that. And she knew, see, she was on stage, and she's spent her life on stage. She knows exactly the camera angle. She knows exactly what's going to show. She knew exactly what she was doing here. She knew this was going to come out like this. She knew it was going to be a crotch pick. She wanted that. This was her FU to the royal family, dressing like this and wearing a skirt like that when she was allegedly 8 months pregnant. Okay, so that's when she was a working royal family member on the left. She purposely sat like that, dressed like that, and then she turns around and says, "Yeah, you're all picking on me." So this is yet another example of she does something obnoxious, and then when people call it out, she's like, "You're all picking on me, you're racist." And here we go on the right is now that she's left the royal family, she's living in Montecito. This is when Harry was at the UN to give his speech to an empty room. They actually sat people around them to try to make it look busy. But look how she's dressed. Look how she's sitting. Knees together, calves both leaning a little bit to the side, just like Catherine and Princess Diana. See how elegant she's wearing something very demure. The picture on the left, her hair is a mess. It's all over the place. The picture on the right, her hair is all neatly put back, right? Very Wallace Simpson with the part down the middle, slick back on the sides, not a hair out of place. So I mean, look, on the left is when she was with the royal family, a working royal, and on the right is now that she's out of the royal family. This is all intentional, is what I'm getting at. This is totally intentional, everything from the way she's sitting, the way she's behaving, the way she's dressed, all intentional. And she's always wearing black and white. You know, the Christmas card, they're wearing black and white. When she's with Gloria Steinem, it's black and white. She's always unconsciously, subconsciously reinforcing the divisiveness of the race war that she and Oprah and her other witches from her satanic cult there with the BLM women, the Ayami or whatever, that Ashley, A Danger Zone, made a video about. So anyways, in 2020, she's thinking long term. Okay, she's always thinking long term. Everything she says, does, wears, promotes, acts on, she's thinking, how is this going to benefit me when I'm placed in Congress or running for president? Because that's what she's aiming for, and we all know it. She is part of the tyranny. And just real quick, her being a control freak is very much aligned with totalitarianism, because people who are dictators, people who are totalitarians, have that mindset that they control everything. Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, they think they can control everyone, and they want to control everyone. They'll control you, try to put nanochips under your skin. They'll control you with food. They'll control you with this, that, the other. They're always trying to control because they think they can control everything. And this is Matthias Desmet. He wrote about the mass formation, and he explains that this is why they kill so many people, because they can't control you, they kill you, and they're always bringing up divisiveness. And so you see this, how it played out not just during COVID, but over and over in
And
history.
that's the real root cause of the problem. If you want to know where totalitarianism comes from, if you want to know the root cause of totalitarianism, then you have to situate it at that level. It's at the level of the hubris, the human illusion that everything in life can be controlled, that everything in life...
See, that's what Megan tries to do. She tries to control everything. So that's on Epic Times if you want to watch that. But yeah, I mean, it's this control, and everything Megan does is to control. And this is important because Megan's part of the globalists who want transhumanism, wants to control everybody and mold them the way they think they can control everyone. So I highly recommend that interview and anything, and watching anything by Desmet Mateus. And he's also come out with a book. Can't recommend it highly enough. It's really, it shows exactly what, how these globalists are thinking, and Meghan and Harry are thinking. And that's why the South Africa of Wetsec Meghan's gonna be freaking her out, I imagine. She can't control the narrative here, right? That's why they're censoring everybody and ripping down their platforms. They're desperate to control the narrative. They can't have you telling the truth. They must control through the World Health Organization. They want to control everything. Always about control, control, control. And that always leads to mass murders and othering and, vax, anti-vax, black, white, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. To control. And Meghan and Harry are very much, we all know Meghan is all about control. And everything she does is part of controlling the narrative and controlling and everything. So very good, again, pointing out how she's phrasing things. You gotta be careful because she is very controlling with her speech and how she phrases things, and it's very intentional. So be aware, be very critical in analyzing what she's doing, because there is a method to her madness for sure. So I want to look at how badly Meghan is freaking out, or is she freaking out? Maybe she's just enjoying the publicity. I mean, she is always about divisiveness, and maybe she's thinking, yeah, they're talking about me. I'll be using the Haunted House Tarot. We're going to take a look. What's Meghan thinking? How's she being affected? What's she going to do about it? What's she afraid of? How does she really see South Africans? Let's find out. I've shuffled the cards. I'm going to split the deck. How is Meghan handling this? The control freak that she is. She always goes radio silent. Whenever Harry and Meghan are caught lying, they go radio silent for a while, and then they come out later and deny it, right? The Oprah interview. They did not respond when everybody was pointing out their lies, and now they wait a year or so later and they say, have Oprah and her come out saying, we didn't lie, and. So, she's not giving in. Going silent doesn't mean she's giving in to anything, because she must control the narrative. And it must be freaking her out that Sussex Squad can't defend her in this one. I mean, this couldn't have worked out better. I mean, if this was planned. I mean, I'm telling you, this came from higher up. Okay, that's all I got to say. This was like a gift. Because who could have seen this coming, and how powerful it is. So how is Meghan handling this? Let's find out. What's her attitude? Oh yeah, 4 of Cups reverse. Yeah, she's drinking away over here. She is very, very unhappy. She's sitting on her throne in Montecito, with all her wine lined up there, and she is just like, oh no, what do I do with this? What do I do? Very emotional here. Finally, we get some emotion. I very rarely get Cups with her. Kind of looks like her too, doesn't it? She's not looking at it. She's ignoring it. She's pretending like she's not looking at it. We all know she's looking at it, right? But she's pretending like she doesn't notice it. I don't look at Twitter, she says. I read The Economist, which is a globalist magazine, by the way. And what's her attitude? So she's being silent about it. Oh, yeah, there she is. The Medusa Duchess reversed. She's very unhappy and afraid she's going to be losing some marketing ability here, because if she's hated around the world, who's going to want to advertise on her stuff, right? This is her with the bird here, maybe one of her chickens in the garden. I think she may be sacrificing a few chickens tonight. Because she's very unhappy. I'm getting reversed. She's being very quiet about it. She's not saying anything, but she's very unhappy. She's very, very well aware. She's sitting there living her luxurious globalist billionaire lifestyle that she has, and she's in her garden, and she's like, you chicken, you're the one. You got to help me out here. So it looks like she's sacrificing some chicken with her witch friends, her demonic entities, because that's another thing. That's why she would be into a cult like the Ayama cult with Oprah and the rest, because it's all about control. She wants to control everything. It's all about wanting to control everything. It's the totalitarian mindset that she has. And if she loses control, this is what really terrorizes her. And she's out drinking nonstop and killing off the poor livestock, because that's what they do best. Totalitarians is killing people. Their answer to everything is killing people, right? Put them in the gas chamber, put them in the concentration camp. That's how they solve all their problems. Mass sacrifice. And at the bottom of the deck, I have 5 of coins. So she knows she's out with South Africa, and she's afraid that she's losing her marketability, her money there. She's out not only with the royal family, but she's out with the Commonwealth. And that's big, because her trying to controlling the Commonwealth. Remember, when she left the royal family, she wanted to control that Commonwealth, because that was how her and her BLM Sussex Squad people, her demons, who are all Satanists, wanted to control the world. They thought they would do it by having, pretending to represent all Black people around the world, right? Which we all know was not the intention. It was voodoo, hoodoo, Marxist communism. Anyway, so Meghan's not happy, obviously. She's a very unhappy woman. What's the basis of how she's feeling about this? Fool, yeah. So she realized she was trying to do something new here with this new story, you know? And she, here's a woman running away, like, oh. So this is her with her story, her fantasy story about running away from a fire. And poor me, I'm in South Africa, and there's a fire, and now I have to go an engagement, a royal engagement. Poor me in my lavish lifestyle and dresses, So she was, she realizes that, this new story did not go over well, right? Her crazy story at the moon, her crazy lies. She is losing it. She's realizing, because this is all new, and she didn't see this coming. Nobody saw that story coming, and she didn't see this reaction, especially from South Africa. So she's like, she's trying to do something new here. She thought this was the perfect unconscious alliance of her story about an alleged fire with the idea of her Bradbury interview, which I just showed you, where she's saying, poor me, nobody asks if I'm okay. So she's trying to align that, but instead it totally backfired on her, thank goodness. So what's affecting her the most recently from what's happened from all this? Magician, look at that. Oh yeah, so the PR, the magician I see as, the media, the creation of something powerful, major arcana here. You see this door has been opened and it's like whoosh, she's dealing with a very powerful movement here, right? Magician is this, out of nowhere, this powerful social media movement, and Voetsek Megan, who saw that coming, right? So this is, and magician is PR, yeah, and this is being wielded against her, and um, she can't handle it. This is out of her control. Again, out of control. She's very unhappy. She feels like the social media is not saving her because normally, right, Harry and Meghan can have people deplatformed easily from Twitter and face and whatever, wherever, Facebook, YouTube, when she feels they're being racist, right? But she can't do that with South Africa. She can't do it. She can't do it. With all her totalitarian tools, there's nothing she can do about this, and that's what's bothering her. She can't control this. She thought she had Twitter locked down. She thought she had YouTube locked down. And here comes this huge movement. The door opens and whoosh, the wet sec Megan runs out. And she's flipping out. She has no control over this media movement. And yeah, so she's very overwhelmed. And, she's freaking out. She's freaking out because she's always trying to control the narrative. The narrative is out of her control. What's she expecting to happen? What's she expecting? King of coins. Harry's going to come save the day again. So I'm getting the idea that, Harry's going to, because Harry was just in South Africa, right? So she's boo-hooing to Harry, no doubt, right? Harry, they're picking on me, right? What did I say? They're picking on me. This is not my fault. So she, of course, is blaming the royal family, no doubt. Nothing's ever her fault. Don't forget that, right? She's cray-cray and mentally ill. She never takes responsibility for anything. She's always, always the victim. Narcissist, always the victim. So she's expecting Harry to fix this somehow, I'm getting from this. Or her globalist buddies. I mean, King of Pentacles, very wealthy man. You can see all this gold he has in front of him. She's expecting the man. The feminist is expecting the man to do something about this. Whether it's the man or the globalist men behind her, George Soros and all the rest, or if it's Harry, she's going to run into Harry and crying on Harry's shoulder. What is she most worried about? What is she most worried about? She is losing it. Nine of Swords reversed. I see that as an excess of, she's going to lose her mind. She's losing her damn mind, I'll tell you. This woman's crazy. She's worried that she's never going to be able to stop this criticism of her. She's worried that she's going to have to continue, putting on the waterworks for Harry, doing a new performance day after day after day, and playing the victim. It's backfiring against her. So this was anew the bottom of the reading. She was trying to play the victim. It was anew the full story of her luxurious trip staying in a mansion in Africa that she called a housing unit. And she was trying to play the victim. And she's worried that she's not getting away with it anymore. It's not working. She's been playing the victim since numero uno, right? Day uno. She's always the victim of the royal family, victim of the press, victim of trolls, victim of her father, victim of her sister, victim of this, victim of that. She's always a victim. So now she's going to, I guess she's going to have to play the victim of South Africa. I don't know how that's going to work out for her. We'll have to see what she does next. But she's worried that this is never going to end. She's never going to be able to spin this because, of course, she wants to spin this, right? Somehow. She's killing off a few chickens in the process. She expects Harry and his buddies to do something. What's she hoping for? Aha. Oh, here we go. Star. Star. So she's hoping that somehow her magic and everything is going to open up a new demon. I see this as maybe a little demon. She's awoken up from her magic or with her demon friends, Oprah and Serena and Mariah and all the rest. That she's going to conjure up a new demon there that'll save the day and make her a star again. That's what she's hoping for. This is praying here, but we all know Megan doesn't pray. Not to heaven anyways, not to God. She's praying the other side. So she's hoping that her magic's going to work, and I see her doing magic here. I see her doing sacrifices in her garden. I see her, this might be drinking wine, but this could be drinking blood too. Okay. She's, they do that too. So yeah, so she's hoping that, she's hoping that her magic work's gonna work again, her voodoo hoodoo. She's working on that. She's got the voodoo going overtime now. Oh my goodness, she's got the voodoo going overtime. So how does she see South Africans right now in general? How does she see them? Two of Cups reversed. Oh yeah, she knows it's a lost cause. She's like, she had the support of South Africans. They weren't against her before this. They weren't, doing that. But now they're gone. Minor Arcana, she doesn't really care much for South Africa. She had no intention of her living there or anything. She didn't really relate to African people. She tried to pretend like she did, but she didn't. We all know she didn't. So she's like cut off now. She knows that she can't expect their support. She's not trying to. She's not trying to reach out to them. She's not apologizing. Yet again, here we go. Harry and Meghan do something wrong, and they never apologize. It's so simple, right? She never does it. She never takes responsibility for herself or her actions, never apologizes. She never apologized for Oprah. She's not going to apologize for insulting South Africa. She never apologizes, and she won't do it here. And that's why I'm getting Two of Cups reversed. I mean, I don't know if that's a narcissist trait, psychopath trait, crazy biatch trait, whatever it is. She never apologized. Her and Harry never apologize. And then they come out and defiantly, because they're, totalitarian globalists, right? She's not going to acknowledge any guilt or wrongdoing ever. She's a criminal. I mean, that's a typical criminal mindset, right? So what's she gonna do next? Crazy biatch. Mm-hmm. Whoa. King of Cups reversed. This reminds me of, if you watch the Ashley video about Meghan with her, she proved Meghan with her doing witchcraft. I think it's on her Rumble account. It's from 2020. There's a picture of a BLM woman wearing wings like this. And Ashley explained that was actually, I forget how she explained it, but this was actually, she stood there, this woman, a BLM, voodoo satanic woman, stood there with these big white wings, just like this guy. And she was surrounded by BLM and Antifa type people who were all chanting. So they tell these people to chant a certain word. And the way Ashley explained it, let me see, I'm gonna pull it up because I can't remember exactly what it was, how she explained it. Okay, so this is the video. It's on YouTube. My mistake. It's on Ashley's Danger Zone YouTube page. And I don't know if I can make this. It's called Proof. Meghan has been caught casting wicked spells. You can pick that up there. Okay. So this is the title of it here. Let me make it a little big here. And it's from September 13th, 2020. Okay. So I just want to quick show you the clip that popped into my mind with this card. So you notice she mentions Michelle Obama, Oprah, Hillary Clinton, Serena, and Venus, and Meghan are all part of this demonic group. So I'm going to just fast forward to the section. She shows the ceremony they did, making sacrifices that they did with BLM women. Also the women, they're also involved with the women of BLM. These are the BLM women talking about the demons they conjure up and how they talk to the demons and laugh at the demons. I mean, this is really sick, twisted stuff. It's really shocking what she uncovered. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. Listen to how she explains this. She explains it very well.
Of a liquid offering during a religious ritual. Under the guise of Black Lives Matter, they're spilling blood as an offering. Patrice Cullors loves to call her spell work prayers, pass it off as poetic, just like Marina Abramovich does. This particular ritual that she's doing right here, this spell work, conjuring up demons, was to benefit her brother who is incarcerated and has been for 20 years, upon himself using his free will to break the law. These wings to her are exactly what the pentagram and the circle was for Anton LaVey, used in the way of like a portal, I guess you'd say. Now, using these wings in this ritual, as she does the hashtag on Twitter, in this particular ritual, she's using these wings to conjure evil spirits. She's also dragged the audience into it, asking them to chant a particular word. And these people are falling for it. They are saying this word over and over and over again. Ridiculous. So unbeknownst to these people, they are involved in conjuring evil spirits. Hey, at the end of the day, all of this is witchcraft. The last thing we need on this planet is more dark energy. I've always heard that Meghan was a part of a coven. So please don't for a second be naive enough to think that Meghan had no clue that she was giving momentum to that spell.
So, yeah, very in-depth, very fascinating work there. She was excellent work. Great loss to the community. Well, there we go. King of Cups, reversed. Who would Meghan be doing spell work on? I get William vibe there. I don't know why William's coming up in this. So this could be about William. I mean, it doesn't always have to be about Prince William every time you get the King of Cups. It could be Charles. It doesn't have to be a person, though, because in this one, like I said, I'm seeing the wings. I'm seeing Meghan coming out with her spell work. So she's going to be conjuring up a new hashtag. They use hashtags on Twitter for their spell work. And Harry's going to be a part of it. Because Harry wants to be king. Everything that she's doing, Harry wants to be king. Meghan wants to be president. Harry wants to be king. They want to take down William. And I think Meghan is so crazy. I think she thinks that, this is William's fault and that she's going to use her magic and spell work to take out and attack William again. So I think she's going to try to do something to them, or just in general with her prayer work here. They call it prayer. She's going to be, I see a lot of spell work here. I see a lot of conjuring of demons here, in order to try to resurrect her career here, her image. Outcome, ooh, Queen of Swords reversed. So she's going to lie and lie and lie. She's going to be possessed by a new demon. Look at that. She's going to have a new face. You notice how her face changes all the time. I pointed this out and everybody agrees. Her face is constantly changing. She's going to get a new demon host. And her face is going to change again. Look, next time you see her, she's going to have a new face because she's going to be possessed by a new demon. It's going to be nastier and more of a liar than she is, and more powerful. Her and Harry at the top of the reading. I've got Meghan, the demon woman, possessed by a new demon with Harry. They're going to be doing some major spell work, I think, against Prince William, or just in general doing spell work against the world, trying to promote themselves again, and the totalitarianism. Look out. This demon's not done. She's not going to go anywhere until Buffy the Vampire Slayer sticks a wooden stake in her heart, man, because this woman just keeps conjuring up new demons. That's what she's doing. So she's going to be radio silent about South Africa. She's not going to acknowledge South Africa. She's not going to apologize. She's separating herself. They're done. She's done with them now. She's done with it. She's going to conjure up some new demons with her spell work. Her and Harry. She's probably going to do something to attack William. So we may see another rumor about William. Like the last time Meghan attacked William, she spread the false rumor that he was cheating with, some other woman there. That was a complete lie, and Meghan got that trending. And Meghan got trending that other lie, claiming that William said something racist when he didn't. And she actually had a demon reporter who was working with, I think it was an Irish newspaper or something at the time. And she spread the lie saying, oh, Prince William's racist, and that trended. So watch out. She's in the trending hashtags they use for their demon work. So she's going to get another hashtag against William, because we know William's coming to America with Catherine soon. So Meghan's going to be suited up with a new demon here, and her face will look different. Watch, next time you see her, she'll have a new face. Everyone's going to be like, what does she do now? But it's going to be because she's got a new possessed demon in her. That's what I'm getting here. So she's not done yet. She's doing her spell work. She's kicking off those chickens. Her and Serena and Venus and Michelle Obama, Mariah Carey, and all the rest of them are doing their spell work with her and all her other demon friends. So look out, more evil to come with the evil woman here. I'm getting all very dark, evil-looking cards. There you have it. So that is what Meghan's gonna do. More spell work against South Africa, against everyone, especially against William. And probably Charles as well. All right, so that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.